Hi everyone, I was inspired to make this video by Datto way back when he made his video about the 4 hidden emblems you can get from the Black Armory forges. With New Light bringing in a new player base and finding out how interested people were about the Niobe Labs event back in January, from a video by evanf, I wanted to make this video as my attempt to explain the puzzles that led to the Niobe's Torment mission solutions. This includes how we got these 3 emblems, so if you ever wanted to know why this was the answer, you've come to the right place. See this as a little cryptography lesson if you're into that thing. This video will be split into 4 parts. The first 3 will cover the emblem puzzles involving the 3 weapons, Hammerhead, Tatara's Gaze and Spiteful Fang, and the last part will probably cover all of Niobe Labs. I will preface that this video contains condensed summaries of each puzzle completed by r/RaidSecrets and some dedicated Destiny players searching the forges for clues over the first few weeks of Black Armory's release. Alright, let's get to it. Upon completing and unlocking the Volunda Forge in the EDZ for the first time, the first ever weapon you get awarded is the legendary machine gun, Hammerhead. Pretty sweet gun, but what people found out when they started to use it was that dotted around the forge were various letters and symbols on the floor and the walls of the forge. This is where people were led to believe that there was something more to the forges than meets the eye. The paragraph containing the puzzle's solution is actually found here in the Gofenen Forge on Nessus. The RaidSecrets subreddit actually found this among other things before this forge was even unlocked by glitching into it the week before. This paragraph here is the key to how the hand emblem Rasmussen's gift was found. So how did they solve it? The entire paragraph's in a Norse alphabet, so we had to find a means of translating it. The thing that helped us translate this paragraph was this other paragraph found in the Volunda Forge using Hammerhead. The paragraph itself hasn't got that much use to us at the moment, but the final line was what caught people's attention. This final line is 26 characters long, and no symbol is repeated, leading us to believe that the entire 26-letter alphabet is written out here. Sure enough, testing out the theory on the paragraph above gives us the following. In the night went men in studded corselets, their shields glistening in the waning moon. Not really related to the rest of the puzzle, but it shows that we're on the right track. Now that we have our means of translating the paragraph, let's see what it says. Apparently some gibberish. It looks encoded, even in English. So now what? Another thing people noticed about the paragraph here was that some of the words were overlined and others weren't. 27 words had this highlight. Some more things the RaidSecrets team found in the Volunda Forge should help. To start decrypting the paragraph, we have this maze, or Celtic knot, found hidden away behind this panel. Looking at it with Hammerhead and tracing the path reveals a large group of symbols. 27 in fact. People started to see a link between a symbol on this maze and a highlighted word in that paragraph. The different symbols on the Celtic knot were a hand, funky wheel thing, lizard, a sword, and a ship. What did these mean? The sword was the simplest. It was found elsewhere in Volunda Forge using Hammerhead. The sword had Nagmar engraved on it, and people noticed that the engraving was actually an anagram of the word anagram. This meant that any word associated with a sword just needed to be solved by rearranging the letters. The hand was also found in Volunda. These hands right here have little spots above some of the fingers. This was discovered to be binary, similar to the Outbreak Prime puzzle in D1. When converted into numbers, which were then converted into letters, a key word was revealed, and was the very name of the forge, Volunda. The hands on the maze represented a mono-alphabetic cipher, a cipher where you have the regular alphabet and an altered alphabet here. The way the alphabet was altered for this cipher is to gather the letters that form the key and move them to the front, leaving the rest of the letters in alphabetical order trailing afterwards. The lizard was eventually found in the Izanami Forge but was brute forced as we had no way to glitch into it at the time. The lizard itself is an Ouroboros eating its own tail. It reveals 6 spines on its back when looked at with Hammerhead. This is another altered alphabet cipher known as a Caesar shift cipher. the altered alphabet is in the same order as the original, but starts with the letter corresponding to an offset. In our case, the offset is 6, so A is mapped to F, the 6th letter of the alphabet. The ship was found in the Gefanen Forge up here. The word beating is written 3 times underneath it. This was eventually discovered to be a rail fence cipher with an offset of 3. This involves putting the letters of the encoded message into 3 rows and forming a zigzag pattern. The original message comes from just reading across. The actual message is read along the zigzag pattern. And now for this wheel. It's actually called Vegvazir, a Norse compass of sorts. This involved all these little boxes scattered around all 3 forges, which, when collected, form a 5x5 grid. The boxes each showed a letter hidden on it when looked at with Hammerhead. The RaidSecrets subreddit actually got this early through a talented data miner in the community, and the completed grid is right here. A 5x5 grid of letters was a distinctive feature of a Playfair cipher, which I won't explain in this video. In this case, the key is crimson followed by a bunch of letters in a specific order. We now have all the pieces to finally translate the paragraph. Now that it's decoded, it reads, "In the fire of the forge all things began. We sought the greatest of an era many counterfeit hands hoped to imitate. We sought wisdom in those ages long past. Forged a fraud from the sun, finally to craft truth from the moon. A thirst quenched by the last strike of the storm. We now have a riddle to solve." Through a lot of research on Nordic swords, the series of swords known as Ulfberts was discovered. These swords were very popular in the north for their quality, and through their popularity spawned multiple blacksmiths to generate forgeries. What the real thing had over the fakes was the engraving, Ulfbert, on the side. The true engraving had a plus sign before the T, whereas the fake ones normally had one on either side. This helped us solve the riddle. The final solution to the puzzle involves shooting symbols in the Volunder Forge with Hammerhead in a specific order. Using the riddle, the solution starts by shooting the flame anywhere in the arena. While standing on this sun, you spell out the fake engraving. Next, you go to the moon symbol and shoot the true engraving. Finally, shoot the storm, and if done correctly you will receive the emblem Rasmussen's gift. You'll also be able to interact with this core located here in the Volunder Forge. And there we have it, puzzle 1 complete, and the mystery behind the Rasmussen clan has been solved. Once again, congrats to RaidSecrets for their hard work in finding the solution. And to you watching, thank you for making it to the end of the video. If you enjoyed this and would like me to get going on the other 3 parts, be sure to like the video, as I'm not sure myself whether this kind of thing is interesting for the Destiny community. Until then, my name has been Zed, see you in the next one.